I think I found that this is one of the ministry that plays a very critical role in the lives of every single citizens of this country, because most of the people in Uganda are still classified as vulnerable people. And so this is where policies, legal frameworks, and all the programs to implement issues around lifting people out of poverty, addressing vulnerability of the people who are disadvantaged in community is placed. So it plays a very important role. The youth, the women, persons with disability, older persons, issues around culture, communities, minority groups all over the country, culture, which is very vital, religion, creative industry, issues of employment, workers' rights, occupational safety at workplace, ensuring that people have social protection is very critical. So the ministry is very big, with a very wide mandate, with very complex strata of society that we have to manage, work for, and advocate for. So it is a ministry that requires someone to be agile in dealing with them, because at one point you are dealing with youth who have difficult characterization, very complex people. You have to handle them using a different strategy. You have the women who are mothers, you have the older persons, you have the persons with disability who also has very complex way you have to handle them. So it's a complex ministry. The balance is very key, but also the areas for balance is quite known, because women are supposed to take care of a home and a family. So if you're a working woman, you still have the roles and responsibility to ensure that at home people eat. If you have children, the children are taken care of, they go to school. You have to make sure that you have the workers. So to balance, most of the working women, of course, use domestic help, and so you need to find a way of paying them so that they will be able to look after your young children. They are able to cook, they are able to clean, they are able to iron. So the care work, which women in the villages do for free, majority of the women who work have to spend money to bridge the gap of care work. But also there are certain jobs that women cannot delegate. For example, if you are pregnant, you cannot delegate the job of producing a child and raising the child. So there the balance is to ensure that you spare time for your children. I think for me, maybe my life-changing moment was when I passed very well from A level, and the results came, and I was told, you have been admitted to Makerere University on government sponsorship, and so you are not required to pay anything. And being somebody who was from a very poor family, both my parents are primary teacher, And in my mind, I was going from A level, I was now going to branch off to be a nun and study to be a nun. So when this announcement from my school came, and my father went to get my results, and then he came back and said, you are going to Makerere University and we don't need to pay anything. That was a life-changing moment for me.
When was that?
That was in 1995. Describing poverty is very difficult. Of course, in the village, at that context, we were not poor in the village. But for me, who would go to school and interact with others, the school fees or the necessity, what I needed to study, my parents could not afford. So at times I had to go with the school fees, half of the school fees. I had to go with half a bar of soap, and then when they come for visitation, they can bring maybe something additional. The pocket money was not it was a luxury. I rarely went with pocket money in school. Most times my father would ride to take me to school because we couldn't afford to be transported with the vehicle to reach the school. And in any case, at that time, transport within villages to go to the school were also very rare. I attribute my success first to parental upbringing, and this is very important because my parents, being teachers, they would every evening motivate and tell us, the children, that whoever study hard and become among the top 3, you will be rewarded. So I would work hard, and they will tell us, you will eat chicken, and any part of the chicken you choose would be yours. So just that motivation, knowing that chicken was a luxury, so every time you come with a good result, they will kill for you a chicken, and you choose the parts to eat, made me work so hard. So parental upbringing. 2, my parents, especially my father, when I was in P7 during holidays, because he was a teacher and we were staying within the school compound, every day evening he would take me back to the classroom, only 2 of us, and he will coach me and take me through all the subjects in preparation for my primary leaving examination. It was because of his coaching and pushing me hard that enabled me to pass very well in a village school, to be among the top and be admitted to an O-level school that was boarding and Christian based. So he gave me the foundation. Of course, the second thing also is my commitment and hard work, because your parents can put all the efforts on you and still you fail. So my commitment to work hard and to, in my mind, to have a big dream. Because at that time, I recall we would be taught how the vice president is a woman. And the teachers would encourage us that, you girls, you study hard. If a vice president can be a woman, what about you? If you study hard, you can also be a vice president. And when a plane would be flying over our school, they would tell us, you see, that is the vice president or the president flying there. It can be you tomorrow. So also the teachers who teach us can implant on you big dreams that make a child to dream big, and if they choose to dream big and put all their efforts, then they succeed in life. When I joined Makerere University, I joined to study political science. So in political science, the department, in my first year, I did psychology and political science. And then in my second year, we were allowed now to choose whether you want to continue with both subjects or you can choose to specialize. So I chose to specialize in political science. They call it 311, meaning you are dealing with political science and public administration. So in that, we were being taught on the principle of politics, how society is organized around politics, the political economy of a country. And so I decided to join the leadership in Makerere University. So I became a member of the GRC for my hall, Mary Stewart Hall. I became the vice chair of the association for where I come from, called LASA. Then I joined because political parties used to recruit from our area. And so in LASA, when I was in the executive, Dr. Kulipa came to recruit for UPC. So I joined UPC because he was my member of parliament and became also the vice president of the UPC branch of Makerere University. So all those political dynamics of Makerere University catapulted me into the national politics of youth. And so when people came to Makerere to look for students who were to support them in the youth election, the person from Western Uganda came and recruited me. That time was Roaboni Okwi. Recruited me to be his campaign manager for Northern Uganda, for him to stand as the youth MP. So when I went, we campaigned and he won the election. Then he interested me and said, you come and work for me as a political assistant. So I worked for him for a short time. And then he said, instead of being here, there is an opportunity to volunteer at the Pan-African movement where my brother, Nobo Mayombo, is. So he recommended me. I went to Nobo Mayombo and I started volunteering at the Pan-African movement. And from there, politics was now broader at the continental level with the connection I had. So when the former Prime Minister, Cosmas Adiebo, was sick and the election for women members of parliament was coming, they now start to try and identify somebody whom they feel has the capacity to go and contest. So both of them identified me, Cosmas Adiebo and Honorable Kulipak, and interested me to go and contest for the woman MP of Apache in 2001. And by the way, I graduated in 1999. And I volunteered only 99, 2000. Then I had to resign to go and contest in 2001. So that is my journey to the elective politics. So when an opportunity came where His Excellency the President reached out to us in Northern Uganda and said, you people, you have been criticizing me that I have failed to stop the war in Northern Uganda. Now I want you to come. That was in 2006. Since election has ended, I'm now ready to talk peace with Kony. But since you people, it is you people who are the leaders of Northern Uganda, we are now I'm asking you to be in the forefront. So I was elected to be the chairperson of the Observer Group for Northern Uganda. So we went and we gave our views. We signed the first agenda, which was cessation of hostility, and we managed for peace to return. And so when peace returned, His Excellency the President said, no, this was the most important issue you people have been talking about. So can we now come together and design a program for rehabilitation of Northern Uganda? and we jointly rehabilitate, reconstruct, and bring recovery to northern Uganda. And at that time, Honorable Ma was the chairman of Gulu. We sat in the community and we said, we are going to join hands with you on key principle for recovery of northern Uganda. So based on that principle, when we in 2001, we went now for the next campaign, I now agreed and said I will campaign for you, Your Excellency, on the account that we delivered peace for people of northern Uganda as a team because of your acceptance to integrate us as leaders of northern Uganda. And so based on that minimum agenda, when he went through, he decided to appoint me as a minister, and I said I will, because what we need is the recovery of the people of the north and to join hands together to work for nation building, to work for reconciliation. And my coming into government is a symbol of saying that irrespective of your political parties, there are minimum agendas that you can agree on for purpose of nation building. Do not look at Betty Amongi crossing. Look at the issues of the people where I come from and say, what are the issues that they are commonly articulating and address? Because when you address the issues, then the people will automatically move. So if the call and Mapenduzi, their crossing is based on issues that have been addressed in Acholi, you will see that the people of Acholi will move with them. But if they have crossed because of maybe only one or few of the issues, then you will still find that not all the people of Acholi will move with them. So I always encourage them, people that politically address the issues, so that even if individual crosses, they cross with the people. First of all, when people contest, we contest for a 5-year term. So I've been contesting in Oyam for 2 terms. I started with a patch, 2001, 2006. Then 2011, 2016, 2021, I contested in Oyam on a directly elected seat. So that has been where I'm born. In my culture, I cannot keep the children of another clan to grow up where I'm born, because they will not be entitled to what I own where I'm born. So since my children belongs to another clan, and that is the socialization of African setting, that you must raise up children to know where their home is. And when you're a politician, you have to have a home, build a home, and orient your home to your children and to everybody. So I feel that it is a time that I make my children know where their home is, where their roots are, so that they grow up knowing where they are. And myself, to establish my home as a woman who is married and who must have a family where I'm married. So that is one. 2, I am also married in a family where my husband holds a legacy of a former president. And in my culture, when you are a woman, the responsibility rests on you, not so much on the man, on how that home is looked after. And over this period where I've been in Oyam, Many people who come from abroad, who are in Kampala, when they are going to Lira, they make a call, Honorable, because I'm a character that is very free with people. So majority of people know me. And I want to thank Ugandans, because Ugandans who go to Lira, irrespective of their political affiliation, they will call me and say, I want to reach where Dr. Bote's home is. I'm going to Lira. Honorable, where are you? Are you at home? I want to reach where Dr. Bote's home is. And I always ask my husband, do they also call me? Call you, the man. Very few call him. Why? Because they feel that a woman is the one who looks after a home. So for that responsibility, in my culture, I would have left it to Mama Miria Kalule Obote. But Mama Kalule Obote now is past 86 years. The people of Lango who still feel that that legacy must be kept will now not look at Mama Miria Obote as the one looking after that home. They now look at me. So to continue in Oyam will make it very difficult for me to continue, especially where Mama Miria is now aged and will not be able to continue to take care of that family. So I know that the responsibility rests on me, and I cannot do it from Oyam anymore. I have to go and do that, protect that legacy, because my children holds that legacy, and that legacy has to be kept. There is nobody who holds a position except when they're elected. And when you're elected for a term of 5 years, and you go back to seek election from the constituency. For me, as a political scientist, it's the people who makes a decision. Nobody has a constituency, and I don't go there to dislodge anybody. It is the people who dislodges a politician. It is not an individual. So if a minister or if a member of parliament for the area is popular, then the person will not be dislodged by the people. Fortunately, all of us are politicians, including General Tafire. Unfortunately, all of us knows that it is the people who decide, not a speech of any sort that decides. But for me, I do not stop anybody from making an opinion about this race. I don't stop anybody from critiquing why I'm going there. I don't stop anybody from viewing or voicing their opinion on why I'm going there. I don't stop them, because the Constitution and the law allows people freedom of speech. What is important is that the people are going to decide. He doesn't need to consult me, not at all. But he told me he's going to consult for purpose of one being elected as the UPC first president, because in UPC you have the president, you have the flag bearer. So he must first get both the two for us. So his first issue as of now is mobilizing to be the party president of UPC and telling the people that if I achieve that, I also want you to give me the flag. So between me and him, I told him the most important thing, the the other one is secondary. If you are not a president, if you don't have the structure, you can't talk about standing for president. So for me, my advice, which I gave him, is focus on mobilizing UPC party structure and party members to still give you the leadership of the party. When I travel in places where they really recognize his role, and I'm also fortunate that when I travel, our ambassadors or representatives in those countries, when they realize a situation where the history of Uganda is to be articulated, they will talk about Uganda, and they end up saying, by the way, we had this former first president, and our minister, who is the daughter-in-law of the former president, is working with government. And so when that happens, then I end up being engaged at that level. Now, marrying into the family, of course, you take both the good and the bad. The bad which is perceived, and those that are not, some of them are perceived, some of them are prejudiced. But for me, the issue is that I do not take myself that it is an additional, there's something additional marrying into the family. I still take myself one that I am a normal, a person with recognizing my background, but also utilizing the space to make people understand that even his background was a background of struggle and challenges. And so it is important that when you want to succeed, you work hard. And when you learn his politics, you build the alliances. He was not a politician who was static. So marrying there has given me more political exposure to know from first hand from my husband, who actually was the only one of the only son who stayed with him throughout when he was in Zambia. The rest maybe were studying here and there, or they were somewhere, Nairobi where, but for him, he went with him and became like his personal assistant. No, it doesn't. Because at the end of it, I will be in office, he will be in office, we'll meet at home. We'll still be at home together. We will still know the children must go to school. We have this responsibility of raising the children. So we have not forgotten the responsibility that we hold as parents, as people who are husband and wife. We know that we are obligated to each other and to the family. And so when we try as much as possible to alternate and know each other's program. For instance, if I'm traveling abroad for 1 week, then he will schedule his program in a way that is available in Kampala for that 1 week, so that the children are not alone. If the parents' day is next week and me, I'm not going to be there, I will call and say, are you going to the parents' day? If he says no, I will have to cut something here and go there for 2 hours for the parents' day. So we share that responsibility and make sure that we don't affect the children's growing up also, because both the parents are public figure. And when I go to the school of the children, I go as a parent, and I will look at their books, I will talk to the teachers. If he decides to go and I'm busy, so we split. Unfortunately, I don't remember when we are there. I think it was only once that we were there together for the Parents' Day. So the most important thing is that you agree on how to model your timing. But that is politics. Now that one is not home. Husband and wife is in the house and in the home. In the public life, now you are pursuing a public life. And we discuss and agree that for you are a minister, and we agree if there is an order paper, I tell him, hey, today I might fire you. And then today, sometimes he will see the order paper and say, I'm putting you on notice. Today I'm going to fire your boss. So there are times he puts me on notice that today I'm going to fire your boss, meaning the president. I said, okay, let me go and sit and listen. Yes. So I think the most important thing is when you're a couple, speaking, communicating, and understanding that you are not doing what you're doing to undermine each other. You are doing what you're doing for the public good. So that when he realizes that I'm very passionate about working for people, and that I chose that working with the people and being a minister, I've also respected him that I am a minister. I have not left his party. How can I even say honorable MP? What type of relationship will that be? But honorable MP, your party president stops in Uganda House. Your MP stops in the parliament. Your minister stops in the ministry. There I am I'm a mommy to the children. I am a wife to Akena, and he's a husband. I don't, by the way, when we are seated as whatever, you might not even, if somebody walks in there, you cannot even think that we have any position in this country, because it becomes a family matter.